going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this episode, I'm going to talk about should you date during the no contact. No bullshit. No, you should not. Let me explain why. So when you go through the breakup, right? You're hurting, you're sad, you're going through all these up and down emotions. You have nothing else on your mind but your ex. You have nothing else on your mind but the breakup, the mistakes you made, and so on and so forth. Why do you think it's a good idea to date somebody? Let's look at what a relationship is. A relationship is about giving, right? A relationship is about two people coming together and sharing their life experience together. Why would you date somebody else when you can't even give at all? Okay? All you're trying to do, all you're going to do by default is think about your ex. You're going to be like, okay, what's going on with them? You're going to be thinking about your mistakes, like I said before. And then you go in this thing with somebody new. All you're doing is putting a Band-Aid over your pain, and it's very temporary because that blood, quote unquote, right? Or the imagery, use the imagery behind that, will just seep out, right? It needs to scar over, okay? You need to learn from that mistake. And when that scar appears is when you finally let go and you don't have any more, you're indifferent to the breakup at this point. That's what you're aiming for, okay, during this no contact thing. Because here's what happens. Everyone thinks that you use no contact as a tool, right? And then they come calling. No contact is for you to break the bonds, for you to break that addiction and the handcuffs, so to speak, to the addiction you have to that person. The routine needs to break. That's what the no contact period is for, okay? So when you sit here and you are asking, should I date somebody else? It's not fair to that other person. It's not fair to you, but it's really not fair to them. Why would you want to put somebody else through that? Because you're just going to be thinking about your ex all the time. Then you're going to be also comparing your ex to them. It's not fair to them at all. I have been that guy that has gone out with a girl who hasn't gotten over her ex, okay? I was constantly compared, and it wasn't fair to me because what I brought to the table was overlooked completely. And she wanted him back, okay? This is when I was younger, okay? She wanted him back because all she was looking to do was to have that void filled by what the infatuation period brings and how good you feel when you kind of fall for each other. And once that magic kind of went away and all that shit happened, it just didn't work out, right? I was tired of feeling like I was, it wasn't working for me, obviously, and it wasn't working for her. And I was putting in more effort than she was. And this was before I had my click moment. Not everything in life happens like a click moment either. But I had it like that where I was like, you know what? Fuck, I'm just done being number two. And I put my life first and I put my needs first permanently. No matter what. I didn't give a shit. I was like, you know what? There's going to be no more bullshit with girls. There's going to be no... And I had that moment, fellas. I was weak too at one point. And here's the thing. Once you start practicing strength, once you start practicing how to rely on yourself, how to get better at dealing with other people and your emotions and how you feel about things, and you work on your pillars and you do all these things. And if this is the first video you're ever watching from me, when I talk about pillars, I talk about health, wealth, personal development, and social circle, your sexual market value, so to speak. When you work on your pillars, right? That's when your life gets better and you become an attractive man. And when you become attractive, other people want to be around you. Other dudes and other women, right? They want to be around you. People want to be around successful people. People want to be around, you just know these people. You felt their presence. You felt what they're like. You're like, they have everything together. They're always smiling. They're doing what they can, and everything's cool. Everything's hunky-dory, right? So your goals in the no contact phase is to become attractive. So you bleed that confidence. So you always know what to do next. Because that's one very, very strong trait about alpha males and strong men is They're what's the word I'm looking for? They're regimented. Their routines are set out. They have goals and they know where they're going. And what is that one thing that women are always attracted to about men and alpha males? Ambition, right? Motivation, or they're motivated, right? Look to become that person. When you become that person, then other people will want to be around you. And it's very, very simple, because people overcomplicate this whole thing because you're still looking to the external to make yourself feel better. Your ex, drugs, drinking, so on and so forth. Dating other people, right? You're still looking to the external instead of trying to improve who you are to attract the people that you need into your life. And then the ones that will stay. And you just take it as it is. You take it at face value. This is what happens. I feel like, you know, those people that do that, they clap and yell. You take it at face value, right? When somebody is reciprocating a great relationship with you, you give to them. Good. I'm making another video about this too. When women treat you with respect and love and they keep bringing that to the table, you reward it with flowers and love and blah, blah, blah. That's how that is. But men are always so quick to give gifts and to do all this extra stuff just to get a woman's attention and affection. She has to earn it. But make yourself that person, right? Read books, watch videos, analyze your life, audit your fucking life every day, right? And when you do that, you're going to know where you're weak. And you have to be okay with this, because the society that we have, you got to get past that the point of perfection where people think you need to be perfect. No human being on the face of this planet is perfect, not one. And once you get past that and you're like, okay, I'm cool. I'm going to get better. And you're going to realize that your mindset becomes of a 1% mindset, okay? The people that are the 1%, the 1%ers, the rich people, the super rich, what do you think that they do? They constantly develop themselves. They read books all the time. I read half of a book today before I started this because I was like, I just didn't want to make a video and I didn't want to, but like, because once I get into making the videos, I want to make more and more, right? But getting the first roll going is tough for me. So I listen to books and videos and stuff to get my ass moving. But once I get moving, I'm cool. Momentum is my friend, right? Once you develop that 1% mindset, oh my God, life is in your hands, okay? Because you can create so many things, and that will bring wealth, that will bring whoever else you want. And I mean, we can have a discussion about this for days, right? But that's all you guys need to focus on during the no contact phase, not dating other people. You're still looking to the external to make yourself feel better instead of looking at what you suck at, looking at your pillars and being okay, like you want to make your pillars, use this, you close your eyes and just imagine that most people's pillars are small and weak and brittle, okay? I'm talking about like just any pillar. Just think of something like that's concrete and, you know, it's strong, you can't knock it down. But most people's pillars in terms of their life and what they have together are weak and brittle, and they haven't had. And how do you make them? You take time and you build it with care. And you take the measurements and then you build it, right? Well, most people want to have the pillar immediately. No, it takes time to build that, right? So your social circle is kind of one of those things you don't really have to try to build. You kind of just build it. But here's the thing. Here's one more little thing I'll add to that because this video is going on for fucking ever. When you develop this 1% mindset, you're going to have the people that you grew up with and associated with up until then. Then this is where that real work begins because you're only going to want to surround yourself with people of the same mindset, okay? And you're also going to do the same thing with relationships. You're also going to do the same thing with your finances. And that's when that real molding becomes, because you can make the pillars as big as you really want to, right? So for me, and what I did before I sign off, I focused on my financial pillar. I wanted to create businesses. I wanted to make money because that's the one biggest pain that I had in my life, right? And wow, did my life change quickly, right? So I'm starting to see how this is all starting to come together because I took the steps first. I didn't analyze it. I had to learn a bit, SEO and Google and YouTube and how that all worked. But once you understand how that works, it's just, again, life is in your hands. You control your time. We all have the same 24 hours, right? If you're hurting from a breakup, if you're hurting from any of that stuff, use that as fuel to become a better person, and you will start to see your life change when you attack your pillars or build your pillars. Get them stronger, and you will become a better version of you, and you'll be able to attract better people. And your ex is going to be like, what's he up to? Or what's she up to? Right? Done.